you want me to sit down?
I know, I'm fine. So I'm going to just ask you a few questions while you're multitasking. So what made you think of this? And why do you think people so love The Secret of Kells?
Well, what made me think of it was when we were in college, myself and Aidan Hart, who worked on it originally with me, were talking about how there wasn't really any animation based on Irish art, and there hadn't really been a big feature film based on Irish art and Irish legends and stuff, so we thought maybe we had an opportunity to try something like that, and being ambitious 20-year-olds, thought we'd give it a go. And we looked at films like Richard Williams, Stephen the Cobbler, Mulan, and all those type of films that had been inspired by art from, indigenous cultures, and said we'd try and do something based on that with Irish art. So we looked at the Book of Kells, and then the Book of Kells is probably the most famous example of visual art in Ireland. So that was the starting point, and all the stories and legends and stuff from the Book of Kells was the first starting point for the story. And why people like it? Because it's great.
And it's also beautiful. It's one of the prettiest animated films I've seen.
I hope that the story is fairy tale enough that it connects with people, and the artwork is different from other animation. A lot of people say that they haven't seen animation like this, at least in a long while.
It's very classically done. And I couldn't help but notice your artwork. You mentioned, I love tattoos. I love the fact that they look like from the animated series, and you were saying that you have a tattoo artist freestyle it for you as opposed to you drawing it yourself.
Yeah, Noon is his needle name. I don't know his real name. And, I found him, he works in London. He comes back to London every 8 months or so. So for the last few years I've been going back, and he's working on me, and he's doing his thing on me. So that's nice.
It is very cool. It's very pretty. How long did it take you to do the book?
Yeah, the book was something that people were asking about almost from as soon as the movie came out, and it was something that we started working on a few years ago in the studio, but we got so busy with our new feature film, Song of the Sea, that it was hard to give it the time and to prioritize it. So we're glad now that it's finished just in time to allow us to help us promote the new film, Song of the Sea, as well as finally deliver the art book that people had been asking for a long time. So it was just something, just like the movie itself, it was something that was a long time in development in the background while we worked on other stuff in the studio. So very similar to the film itself. The book has been a labour of love for 4 years now.
When they said you were signing the book, I thought you were signing the book. You're doing a little artwork inside the book.
Yeah, I like to give people a little drawing. When I buy a book from somebody, I like to do a little drawing in it. It makes it a bit more special. I'm trying to.
Tell me about the new film, if you don't mind.
The new film is called Song of the Sea. It's coming out here in America in the winter, before Christmas, I think. And its style is like an evolution of the 2D style in Secret of Kells, but it's set in a more modern era. But it's about Irish folklore again. It's about Selkie, the last bit of Selkie in Ireland. Selkies are people in Scottish and Irish legends that can transform from seals into people.
They're like mermaids.
Yeah, really like a mermaid. So it's called Song of the Sea.
How long is it taking you to do the new film? And is it going to be in 3D?
No, it's hand-drawn 2D animation, but the big change is we animate it directly on screen on the computer with tablets, graphic tablets, but otherwise it's exactly the same techniques as Secret of Kells. Backgrounds are painted in watercolour, finished in Photoshop, and all the characters are frame by frame, drawn frame by frame. So it's really different to the standard sort of 3D animation that's in the cinema. Hopefully it'll give people a taste of something different anyway when it comes out. And yeah, they take a long time. The Secret of Kells, the first ideas that we started developing were back 10 years ago. More than 10 years ago now, 14 years ago. And so Song of the Sea was about 7 years, I guess, in development, because we started thinking about it while we were working on Secret of Kells. It's going to take a long time. Animation takes a long time.
Animation does take a long time. So your drawing style looks so different than what I usually see in American or Japanese anime. So are you inspired by old artwork from Irish artists, from the churches?
Yeah, it's a real mixture. And when you look at the book, you see the influence of lots of different artists in the studio that worked with us over the years to develop the style, and it just evolved over the years. I mean, at the start, I guess, we were looking at, as I said, the Book of Kells, but then also Eastern European animation like Hungarian folk tales, and as I said, Richard Williams Speaks in the Cobbler, and Genndy Tartakovsky's Samurai Jack. So loads of different influences, and then fine art influences like Louis Le Brocchi and the Vienna Succession painters. So it all kind of mushed together over the years, and then we kind of arrived at this style. There's no one source.
So growing up, what was your favorite animated film or cartoon, I guess you'd call it over there?
I used to like Batman, the animated series. I used to cycle home extra fast from school
Batman?
to see that. Yeah, I loved it.
I'd assume you'd like classic Disney. I thought you'd say Cinderella or something like that.
Oh, I liked all those as well. I liked all cartoons, and we were lucky in Ireland as well. There was a show on at 6 o'clock in the evening on Sundays called The Masters of Animation, and it showed lots of National Film Board of Canada shorts and Eastern European shorts. So I saw some of those when I was at least a teenager and interested in animation. But when I was a kid, the Don Bluth studio was in Dublin, so we kind of were all aware, anyone who was interested in animation were aware that there was these features being made in Dublin. So I loved all the Don Bluth films as well. I loved Secret of Name and American Tail and all that.
I did love this. Secret of Nim was very dark and scary, and it was very upsetting, even watching it as an adult. Yours aren't like that, though. Yours aren't really
hopefully not
violent. A little scary, but not like that. I mean, that was like upsetting. I remember crying, getting really upset during Secret of Nim.
I remember loving the Secret of Nim, just the scale with the mice clinging onto the combine harvester, and the scene with the owl. It was at a birthday party, and we put the Secret of Nim on for the little kids to watch, and we were all like 9 or 10. And all my friends were looking in the door laughing at me because I was sitting down with all the little kids watching Secret of Nim.
Secret of Nim was violent. I found it very upsetting. Yes, it was mean, and I liked some of the characters that got killed. It was very upsetting.
Oh dear.
Very upsetting. I like more softer, nicer stuff. Like yours is sweet. And it's just so charming looking. I guess I like the greenery-ness of it all. Maybe. I know, everybody's been fascinated by Ireland. Now, Nessie has Scotland. Are you going to do something one day with maybe Scottish-Irish combination?
Maybe. I mean, even Song of the Sea is already starting into that territory because the Celtic elections are really famous in Scotland as well as in Ireland. So we're already kind of in the zone where there's a lot of crossover between the two countries.
And I know a lot of people really love The Secret of Kells. So do you get a lot of fan art or gifts or? Oh,
that's the really coolest thing about it. We see fan art online. We were in Comic-Con at the weekend, and one girl was in line dressed as Aisling, the character from Secret of Kells. So I really love that stuff. It's really nice to inspire fans, because I was always an animation and comics geek. It's nice to see that we're contributing to that culture now too.
So you had a good time at Comic-Con? Wasn't it a bit overwhelming for you?
It was a bit. It was definitely something I wish I'd gone to when I was a teenager. It was the type of thing I would have loved when I was like seriously hardcore into comics, but I still really enjoyed it. I got to meet Jeff Smith, who's a hero of mine, who makes Bone comic books. That was cool.
You're very charming. Oh, hey, you're doing different artwork in each book. I thought you were doing the same thing. Oh, how amusing. So when you dream, do you dream in like cartoons, or do you have like regular dreams that are like people? Like when you are thinking up scenes from the cartoon and you're really working on it, do you dream of the cartoon?
Yeah, sometimes you dream in the software that you're using. Sometimes in your dream you just see your hands in front of the computer screen. That's if you're working really hard, and the rest of the time my dreams are not suitable for public consumption.
I'm sure they are. You seem very sweet and nice and just kind. Thank you so much for talking with me about The Secret of Kells.